Okay, perfect. We can get started now if the speaker is ready.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Is everyone able to see my screen? Yes, that's good. Amazing. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm really happy that you're here. Really excited to talk about this topic, LinkedIn specifically. I have a lot to say about this, and here we go. So, first, hi everyone. I'm Souad. I'm a Tunisian dental student and also LinkedIn ghostwriter for doctors and healthcare professionals. I've been on LinkedIn for 10 months now, and the journey has been amazing. I've started last July, and I'm still going strong. And today I'm going to tell you everything about the platform and why it's important for you as a STEM student or aspiring STEM person to start on LinkedIn. So in the first months since I started on LinkedIn, I was able to work with a health tech startup called Healthcare Innovation. I was able to work with the student community. I was able to become an ambassador for an AI startup, and it's called this startup joins AI in dentistry. I've also been able to find internship opportunities to improve my medical writing, for example, with Clarity. And I've been also able to work with amazing doctors to help support them build their own businesses. And so all of this has been possible for me using LinkedIn. And so anyone can do this. Anyone amongst you is able to do this and start from zero and build something. It can be an adjacent career or build your career in STEM. As I told you, I went from zero LinkedIn knowledge to earning from LinkedIn as a ghostwriter and also building my career as a dental student. So what we will be learning today, why LinkedIn is essential for STEM careers, how to optimize your profile, how to find internships and job opportunities, and how to stay active and build your personal brand. That includes how to interact smartly on LinkedIn, how to build a content strategy, and how to stay consistent. Okay, so this is, I have a small question for you, and I would love for you to interact with me in the chat. So the question is, how many of you has a LinkedIn account? You can write yes or me in the chat. I do. Those are, I think, around 12 yeses, 13, 15. Okay, that's amazing. And how many of you has an Instagram account? I would assume all of you, right? Not me. Okay, Faith. Okay. Yes, I have. I do. All right. Amazing, guys. And how many of you actually uses LinkedIn? So we have a good number of people here that actually has an account, but how many of you actually uses it? A lot of you actually. It's a lot. Trying to get started. Okay. It's amazing. Not a lot. Honestly, this group is really surprising. You're amongst this is the first group I see many people actually use LinkedIn and engage in it. That's really good news. And even if you're engaging maybe once every month or whatever, I'll just teach you smart ways to engage and make it easier for you to actually use the platform to find those opportunities as well. Okay, so those are some stats. Actually, there's 1 billion user on LinkedIn versus on Instagram, there are 3 billion users. And that's basically 3x the amount of people on Instagram, which if you think about it, most people want to get entertained on social media. They want to scroll, they want to doom scroll and consume this really entertaining kind of content. And not many people are using LinkedIn, and not a lot of people are actually reading there and learning. And among those statistics, they found that only 1% are posting weekly. That means minimum once a week. And only 0.3% are posting consistently, meaning each week, not like from week to week, but every week consistently. It's only 0.3%. And this tells us that it's really easy to stand out on LinkedIn and to be amongst the best, especially right now. All of us are either high schoolers or university students. And in our demographic, most of us aren't really participating on LinkedIn. Maybe it's fear that it's a professional platform, and you do have that fear. You don't want to maybe write there just because you're scared because you feel like you're not competent enough. I just want to burst that bubble and say, no, everyone has their place on LinkedIn. And so it's really interesting to build your audience on LinkedIn, to start engaging with smart people, with CEOs, with engineers, with researchers. It will get you ahead on the game. Okay, so why LinkedIn specifically? LinkedIn is the place to be when you want to build yourself professionally, of course. There are job postings. You're able to learn industry news. There are articles on LinkedIn that get featured. You're able to get mentors. You're able to get internships. You can find out about hackathons, online events, even scholarships in some cases. You can learn those kind of news on LinkedIn if you consistently visit the platform and you follow people that interest you. And so LinkedIn can get you ahead on the game. It can get your career started even as a high schooler. And that's why I really encourage you to be more present on the platform and to intentionally even spare 15 minutes daily to just scroll on LinkedIn, connect with other people, read more, and maybe you can come across one of those opportunities. Like, for example, what Youth STEM is doing. The first time I learned about Youth STEM, it was using LinkedIn. I was just scrolling and I found an event. I actually forgot what it was. I think it was the research competition past December, I think. I don't remember quite well, but that's where I heard about Youth STEM initiative. And likewise, you can find many more opportunities just by being there. So maybe you're still not convinced, and that's why I'm giving you some numbers here. So first, the networking potential on LinkedIn is amazing. There's over 2,000 STEM-focused groups that are active on LinkedIn. You can join those groups. and find out about the latest news. There are lots of STEM communities on LinkedIn as well. As of 2023, LinkedIn hosted over 50 million members with STEM backgrounds. You can find a lot of events, whether it be LinkedIn Lives or even like webinars that you can join, and you can just learn a lot. And also, when it comes to job opportunities, the platform lists more than 1.5 million STEM-related jobs. All of those are important numbers and show us the importance of being on LinkedIn, being present, and being ahead of the student community. Just like a small question, tell me if you're convinced or not in the comments. Let's see. Okay, yes, convinced. Amazing. Okay, that's amazing. Now for the important part of the presentation, we will actually learn how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Because I know most of you right now, they have like maybe an outdated profile with the gray banner, maybe mentioning that they're a student and they're not technically optimized. You haven't really optimized your profile, and it can hurt you, especially when it comes to trying to apply to internships. And those are small fixes that you can do to really improve how your profile looks and how professional you look. Even as a high schooler, you still have this kind of image that you need to showcase. And I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Okay, so we have a few steps ahead of us. We're going to talk about your profile pic, the headline, the banner, the about section, the featured section, the explainer section, and also the volunteering section. Okay, so those two are members of STEM on top, and those below are just dental students from my university. And I just want to, I want to ask you, what are the mistakes that those people are doing here? You can just mention in the comments and we will discuss them later. What do you think the problem is with those profiles? Formal, the banner good, casual picture, no picture good. There was a comment about the language and I can't open my comment section again. What was that? Okay. You've mentioned a lot of good points. The banner especially. About the one language, it doesn't really matter. It depends. If let's say if you only speak English, of course you should only have an English profile, and it doesn't really matter if you have one language or a lot of them. It doesn't really reduce reach. So that's not really it. But like for the profile picture, you are right. It's absent or non-professional. The banner not professional as well, and the picture is informal. And we're gonna talk more about those points. Good job, amazing job, guys. Okay. Okay, so those are really amazing profiles. Look at the comparison. Look at these, and now look at those. So all of those people have really focused on their banners. They really put in the work. Some of them, like Google's highest rated GP surgery, like this doctor clearly has showcased that he has proof that he is ranked highly. And he's mentioning that, of course. For example, for this guy on the right, he's mentioning all the platforms he has an audience in, and that's good. And he's also, you can even include numbers. Let's say you are a TikTok influencer or a YouTuber per se, and you have a big audience. You can mention that in the banner if you want. You can mention that in the tagline if you want to. It doesn't matter. It helps. It shows that you have an audience and you have some credibility. And all of those are really like they wrote quite a few things in their taglines. For example, Jamie, he wrote how he helps other doctors and how he is like, he has an MBA and he's a founder. Especially for us, maybe we're still not in that, like, we're not founders, we're still students, and we can't see those things maybe, but there's things that you can include. Let's say you are passionate about design, or maybe you've won some kind of, I don't know, maybe you won a competition, a research competition or whatever it is, you can mention it in the tagline. It will make your profile appear stronger, and that's what we want. Okay. So just wanted to mention this before we actually start talking about the profile optimization. Your personal brand is your professional reputation. And I will explain more the sentence, of course, but I just wanted to ask you guys if you can recognize any of those characters in this picture. Sean from the doctor, yeah. Ali Abdal. Very good, okay. Dr. Mike, amazing. We've recognized 4 out of 5 so far. Okay, amazing job, guys. So all these people you were able to recognize rather quickly, and that tells us something. That tells us that they did an amazing job when it comes to their personal branding. So you quickly recognize all of these. And it's not only because they are popular, maybe YouTuber or a show, but I'm pretty sure if, let's say I ask you about Sean, you will most certainly tell me something about his personality. For example, you will tell me he is a brilliant doctor, really smart, and you would tell me that he is autistic. So those 2 things are attributes that any one of us can recognize in Sean Murphy. And for Dr. Mike, let's say he's a fun personality, he's into boxing, he has a dog. So all of those things. Or Ali, for example, he's all about productivity and he's a doctor entrepreneur. All of those things we were able to learn because those people, they showed us time and time again all the things that they stand for. So they came into this room, this social platform, whether it be YouTube or Instagram or the show, and they told us explicitly, those are the things that I stand for. So for Ali, he talked time and time again about productivity. And so we as the audience are associated that the productivity aspect to him specifically. And that's what's called personal branding. Personal branding is when you're able to associate something to you. So when people look at you, they can instantly recognize you or recognize traits about your character. So maybe you're a cheerful person and you're really, really into, let's say, neuroscience. So those two are attributes that can be part of your personal branding. And the more distinct your personal branding is, the more unique you are, and the more you show it, especially, the more you stand out in the professional sphere. So your personal brand is your professional reputation. It means, like, right now, when it comes to the job market, all of us will graduate, all of us might get good grades or not. Like, all of us will graduate eventually, and we will apply for those jobs, and the job market is super competitive. And so what will be the thing that will make us stand out? It is going to be your personal brand and how you show up on LinkedIn, because now LinkedIn is your CV. The CV doesn't matter as much anymore. Well, it still does, of course, but your LinkedIn is basically your digital footprint. It is your interactive CV. You can, I, for example, can search any of you and check their LinkedIn, and I can see if they are a fit for a role, for example, just by me going through your experience section and etc. And that's why it needs to be optimized. And so the gist of it, every one of you in this room has a personal branding, and that needs to be developed and shown to the world so that they're able to stand out and to get opportunities that perhaps other people can't get. Okay. So again, before we talk more about the steps to optimize your profile, just wanted to mention this. So on LinkedIn, there are a few networking basics. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with those, but like there are first-degree connections, second-degree connections, and also third-degree connections. And those mean that for the first-degree connections, it's like your immediate audience, it's like your friends, let's say, and those are the people that you can DM, interact with directly, and on their profile, next to their profile, it appears like first. So like whenever they post something, you are the first to see their content. So how LinkedIn works, if you have, like having first-degree connections matters a lot on LinkedIn, because whenever you post, that post will get distributed to those first-degree connections first. And so let's say if you have 50 connections versus you have 50K connections, first-degree connections, of course, the one that has 50K connections will have their posts seen more times than that person who has only 50 connections. And so it's really important to grow your network, but grow it in an intentional manner, which means if you're a wannabe scientist, you need to connect with people in that domain. You need to connect with people that you aspire to be, and also with peers in the same industry. And because then, when they post about stuff, you will see it. But of course, if they share about an opportunity that interests you, you will be the first to see it. Okay, so those are the first-degree connections. There's also the second-degree connections. They are practically the people that are connected to your first degree connections, which means they are the friends of your friends. And let's say a friend of yours on LinkedIn liked your post. Then that post will get distributed to those second degree connections. And again, if you have more first degree connections, you have more friends, you will also have more second degree connections, and your network will be even bigger. And finally, by the way, you can't really message those second degree connections directly. You're not able to do that, only with LinkedIn Premium. Finally, there are third degree connections, which are people that are connected to your second degree connections. And those people don't typically see your posts. Only if the second degree connections liked that post, only then third degree connections might be able to see your actual post. So it's kind of a tree, and the more you have first degree connections, the more you will have second degree connections and third degree connections. And it's really important to grow your network. Okay, so those are a few key LinkedIn metrics to track. There are impressions, followers, profile views, and number of people who search for your profile. You can also have a view on the demographic of your followers and also the sectors in which they work in, and also the number of actions you took that week. So these are important, especially if you're seriously considering posting on the platform and engaging in a consistent manner. And I'd say the numbers of people who's searching for your profile is really interesting because it means people are interested in you and they're looking for you for your kind of profile. So those are really valuable to see. So yeah. Okay, one more thing. So the LinkedIn profile funnel. This might seem a bit complicated, but this is basically the road in which a person goes from stranger to follower, from stranger to connection. So first, they might be scrolling on their phone like you do, and they might come across one of your posts. And so they read that post and they like it, and maybe they decide to visit your LinkedIn profile because you did such an amazing job at writing this post that now they're intrigued to see more and learn more about you. And so they visit your LinkedIn profile, and then they scroll more and they read your banner image. They are even more intrigued because you also did a good job optimizing your banner. And now this person is reading every single part of your profile and is really interested to connect with you. They go read your tagline, they go check your features section, they go read your about section, and finally, they decide that you are a brilliant person, that you have a lot to say and to add, and then they decide to connect with you or follow you. And that's what I want every person to be. So after this webinar is over, I really hope to see every single one of your profiles optimized in a good manner, such as when a person comes in, they're really interested, intrigued, and they want to connect with you. Okay, so first, this is my profile, and I will be showing you the step-by-steps. So first, the profile picture is the very first impression the person makes with you. As you can see, I took in a professional picture. I'm smiling there, and you can see my full face. Those three things are super important. So aim to have a professional picture, preferably with a smile, and preferably we need to see your whole face. You can play around with the colors as much as you want. That's part of your branding. As long as it's consistent with your image, that's a personal choice. The profile picture is very important. So I really advise you to try to take neutral pictures, even with your iPhones, behind a white wall, neutral background, and just play with it. There's a tool called PFP Maker, and this tool helps you create amazing profile pictures with cute colors, etc. And that's it for the profile picture. Okay, so now for the tagline, I've used a very simple sentence, which is, I help who, do, what, how. And this is really useful when, let's say, you don't know what to say in the tagline besides being a student, and you want to showcase your value. Let's say you're an amazing researcher, so and you like sharing information to other people, you like educating people. So maybe your tagline could be, let's say you also help other students start researching. So that could be, I help students get into medical writing or research or whatever that is. That's a very simple formula everyone can use, and you can find how you help people, who do you help, and what do you do. And this thing, it needs to be aligned with your content afterwards. So really think about your goal, what your content can be, and write your tagline accordingly. I also added Orthodontics Ambassador, which is the dental AI I am an ambassador for. And I also added that I'm a dental student. So whatever fancy titles you have that you can add, maybe you are a chapter in your STEM, you can add that, for example. Or you have a role in a club, you can also add that. Okay, now the banner, I really love the banner. It's like you need to position yourself as a hero. So you can even add your own image in here, play a lot with the banner design, and position yourself as this person that is really prone to learn, that loves learning, that creates, that is really, let's say, has some kind of influence or is trying to change something, like do something positive in the world. That's the role, the role of the banner is to showcase whatever you do. Let's say you are a president of a club or of a community, you can share that in the banner. Let's say you are really nerdy about neuroscience, you love it so much, you can mention that as well. So that can be your main sentence. And in here, as you can see, I wrote DM me, and it's called a call to action. And what a call to action is a way, I'm telling people to take that action and come towards me. So I'm asking people to come and DM me if they are interested in my services, for example. But for you, it can be you want to do a group project and you're interested in talking to other researchers. And so you would also write DM me, for example. Or maybe you have a YouTube channel and you want people to follow you there. So you tell them, like, follow me on YouTube or whatever that is. And that's the role of a call to action, basically to tell people what to do when they see your profile. Maybe it can also just connect with me. That can also be a call to action for people to just connect with you. Okay, now for the about section. It's basically a way to tell the world in more details what you stand for, what you like to do, why you're doing what you're doing, why are you interested in this career in particular. So there are two prompts you can use. First, you can start with maybe you face some kind of challenge. Maybe you're a first generational doctor in your family, and that can be your challenge. So you're going to talk about that. Then you will talk about how you overcame that challenge, the results you achieved, and maybe you scored first in your whole class or whatever. Those are results you can add. And finally, a call to action. So you can just like take a piece of paper, think about your story, your personal story, your struggles, your dreams, and share something that is both emotional, to share that human aspect of you, that like inspirational side of you, and also to share that like how you're able to overcome those difficulties in your life. And think about it like you're writing an essay to get into a top league college. That's how an about section should be. It's all about talking about you, but also in an interesting manner with storytelling. It needs to be intriguing, and it needs to lead to the person to take an action towards you. So whether it is going to be connect with you, talk to you, DM you, whatever that is. So the second prompt it's more generic and it's more professional, and it's especially used when you've done school already, you're finished, and now you're looking for an internship or a job. So you can share your career journey so far. You can add key skills that you have, industry keywords, personal motivation, and call to action. This is very professional, and this can be both professional but also moving. It moves the person that reads it. They want to read more of you, and they want to see you succeed, obviously. Those are two options. You can pick whichever you think is more fitting for you and go with it. Just to let you know that in the about section, usually there are two lines that you can see, like the first top lines, the first three top lines, you can read them. And so why I'm telling you this is because you need to try to hook the person. So you need to start with something that grabs the attention. So my previous about section, I started with, in 2024, I failed my third year of dental school because I knew when I wrote that, it will get attention 100%. So whatever that sentence for you can be, needs to be something grabbing so that the person wants to read more about you. Okay, now for the featured section, it's a very fun section. Its goal is to add social proof. It's to build trust by showing instead of telling. So in here you can showcase if you just graduated, or maybe you won some kind of prize, or maybe your best performing post, or even if you have research papers you've already done, you can add those in the feature section. If you have a website, a portfolio, whatever that is, maybe a high scoring, you can add that in the feature section. Now for the experience section, it's really easy to do. You just need to fill it up with the relevant experiences only. So right now, you probably don't have a lot of experiences to begin with, so you can share all of them, it doesn't matter. But when it comes to getting a job, you want to optimize for the job that you want to obtain. And that's why it's really important to pick some kind of experiences, not all of them, put in the most relevant ones and optimize them. So how to optimize an experience section? It's basically to mention what you did in that particular position in bullet points. So let's say in my experience in Clarity, I wrote medical content for professionals and patients. I ensured accuracy and clarity in healthcare writing. I simplified complex medical topics for broad audiences. So those are things I did. I can even include that I wrote 6 articles, for example, or whatever that is. It's really important to add numbers too, if you have them. And you can also add in key skills, and those help your profile get ranked better. So like think about it, like in Google, when websites get ranked, right? So there's like the top website appears on first, then the second, then the third, and your whole goal is to optimize your LinkedIn profile in such a way, in such manner that your profile appears before other candidates, because LinkedIn is used by HR, by recruiters, and they're looking for people to get in those jobs, those internships, those opportunities, whatever. And so it's really important that you, every single thing that you can do to optimize your profile, just do it. So skills, don't be shy, add them. You can, I think you have overall the number of skills that you can add in one profile is 100. So just keep that in mind. So every experience you can add up to 10, 20 key skill, and that will help you rank your profile better. So again, experience section, you need to fill it in bullet points, include numbers if you have them, and also add in key skills. Okay, so now for the posting, it depends really. I know every one of us is busy, and I know it's not really easy to post consistently, but you can even aim for 2 posts per week. It doesn't matter. Preferably 3, but like even 1 each week can work as long as you're consistent and you come in the platform and show up weekly. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is you're on the platform, you're engaging, and you're trying. And that's the most important thing. So there are 3 types of LinkedIn posts. We talk about attract, nurture, and convert. So the attract posts are those storytelling posts that are more personal. They tell stories about you, and those let us as people to get to know you better. Usually those get posted on Monday and Friday because it's the start of the week, so we try to motivate each other. And then on Friday, because it's the end of the week and people want to read something that is light-hearted. And so you can use those either Monday or Friday, but it doesn't matter really. If you have other ways to do it, fine, just experiment. Those are the attract posts. There are nurture posts, which show your expertise and that you can be trusted. Right now, all of us are still students, so we're not technically experts, but what we are learners. So we are learning in school and we can already share that knowledge. So maybe you conducted your first experimentation in the lab, you have a picture, your white coat, you have a picture of you coding, and you succeeded in creating your first app or whatever project that is. You can post about that. You can share about what you're learning. That's all part of the nurture kind of post to show your expertise, quote unquote, that you are a learner and that you can be trusted as a person. That's about it. Finally, there are the convert posts, which most of us don't typically use this category because most of us don't have really a business or something to promote. So The convert posts are for people who have something to promote. For me, for example, I do share client results sometimes, and those are called the convert posts. Or let's say you're showing, well, technically you have some kind of proof you can share. Let's say a number of people read your article, or your article was cited 15 times or whatever, or you were able to get your first article published in PubMed. So that's technically some kind of proof that you can post about. Just to mention a small thing, I'm using Notion to put in all my posts in a database. So like I have all my posts from nearly a full year now. It can be useful for you to put those posts in there, and you can technically recycle them in the future. Okay, so now, how can we set a content strategy? There are 5 steps. And the first one, obviously, is to define your why. So what is your objective in being on LinkedIn? It can be just networking. It can be finding an internship. It can be maybe you're looking to find a mentor. So whatever your why is, write it down. You need to make sure you 100% want that thing. And your why will drive all your content strategy. Then after you define your why, you will then identify your audience. So let's say you're all about learning mathematics. And so your audience would be people in maybe professors, other students, engineers. Like you need to, based on your objective and the field that you're in, you need to find who will you talk to, and what is your audience exactly? Is it other med students, other engineers, other whatever that is? You need to identify it, because then you will write topics and write posts that are targeted for them. You're not writing for yourself, you're writing for other people. And that's why it's super important to identify your audience. Thirdly, you will choose 2 to 3 key topics. Some things that you are passionate about. So maybe that can be AI. If you're passionate about that, go for it. Maybe you're passionate about productivity or whatever that is, or something related to your studying. Just you need to find those topics that you can talk about over and over again, so that you try not to run out of ideas. And even if you do, since you're always curious about those topics, you can always find new ideas, read more about it, and then write something about it. Fourth, you need to plan your content. And that can be 1, 2 posts, 3 posts, 5 posts, whatever you feel is more appropriate to you and it can like keep you consistent. Consistency is the most important part. Finally, you need to analyze and adjust. So I did show you earlier the section where you can find the impressions, the audience growth, etc. Those are the analytics, and those are important to identify what are the posts that are performing well, what are the posts that are not performing as well, and how to adapt your content strategy moving forward. So those are the steps on how to create a content strategy that works, especially for us students. Okay, now I'm going to show you a post of mine and how to write a basic post. So first, there are 4 components to a LinkedIn post. We talk about a hook, a sub-hook, a body, and a call to action. So the hook and the sub-hook are basically the first 3 lines, as you can see here. And the goal is to lead people to click see more. It's very important. You want to get people, as many people as possible, to not scroll past your posts, to hook them, grab their attention, so that they click see more and read through the rest of your posts. And so in here, for example, I wrote, doctors are not geniuses. They have something far more powerful. So this is some kind of contrarian idea that doctors are not geniuses. Most of us might disagree. And then in the second line, I kept it in the mystery side. They have more powerful. This person you will want to click to see more and read about what is this powerful thing that doctors have. You can also add pictures to improve the odds of your post to be seen, because when you add a picture in your LinkedIn post, it takes more volume in your feed. So the post takes more space. And so when the person scrolls, they see a picture, it takes that much volume, and it's always interesting to engage with the picture more. So you can use those to your advantage. Okay, now we're talking about the body. Literally, it's like you're writing a basic writing. You will have an introduction, a body, and an ending. And the body, you will talk about, usually what we will do, we will pick one problem and one solution. So try to keep it as simple as possible. Don't complicate your writing too much, because it is advised to write in a grading of 5 to 6 Hemingway editor. You can use it. It's a tool. It helps you keep your sentences easy to read. And the goal is to, as I told you, the goal is for people to read your posts so that they engage with you, talk to you in the comments, maybe save your post or whatever. And that helps with the engagement. It helps with the impressions. And LinkedIn then knows that your profile and your content is valuable, and it pushes it to more people. Okay. So hook, sub-hook, body, and call to action. The call to action can be a question. So what are your thoughts on this topic? It can be reshare if you found this post valuable. It can be, I am Souad and I talk about this. Connect with me if you're interested to learn more. Those are a few different types of call. Always lead the person to do some kind of action towards you. Okay, we've already talked about this. Now, there's a nice tool, which is like the Boolean operators on LinkedIn. Those are very useful when you're searching for an internship or a job opportunity, and you can use those to your advantage. So like there are parentheses, there's the and, the or, the quotes, and the not to exclude certain kind of keywords. So of course, and it's when you're searching for two things at the same time, or it's like when you wanna at least find one of those two keywords. The quotes is to find the exact position that you're looking for, not to exclude the keyword, and the parentheses is just for syntax to combine multiple filters. Here's an example for a tech job search. Like I'm searching for a machine learning internship or a software engineering internship, and I want it either in tech or in biotech, but not a senior position that is or over 10 years. You can play around with those to find the position that you're looking for. Like this is really cool, smart networking on LinkedIn. So most of people just like come up to a person and tell them, hi, I'm X, I do this, I want to connect with you. And if you use that format, you will most likely be ghosted. And because people don't care about you, that might sound harsh, but here's what that means. People care that you care about them. So if you come up to the person and you tell them, hi, X, you read this post of yours, I found this point really interesting. I have this and that to add on top of it. it's really an intriguing topic that I'm passionate about. I really want to connect with you. In this way, you offer the other person some kind of compliment. Now they're feeling better about themselves. And now they want to connect with you because you're that kind of positive person that you add to other people. So the goal in smart networking, although we know that me as a person, I'm looking to achieve a certain goal. So let's say I'm looking for a mentor. I wouldn't necessarily go up to the mentor and tell them directly, hey, I want to be mentored by you. First, they're a stranger. They're not obliged to reply to you. And you have like, of course, you wouldn't expect them to tell you, yes, come on in, I want to mentor you. That's not how it works. So how it works instead, you need to establish connection. You need to network. You need to talk to them. And how that goes, usually, you can start by following them, following their content. You can even ring the bell. So in each profile, you can find a bell, and that will notify you in each and every post that person posts. And so you will be, in a way, stalking them, not really, but you will get notified every time they post. And that way, you will be the first to interact with them, will be one of the persons that comment. And when you comment, don't just write like an AI comment, please. Try to avoid AI comments, but also just don't write congratulations and move on. You always try to add into the conversation, ask a question, whatever that is, be smart, add value, and show that you care and you're really there to just start a conversation. The person would appreciate that a lot. After a few interactions, maybe the person will interact with that same comment. It will become a thread. If you feel like you established enough context, you can then go click connect with them. And that way they will accept because they've been talking to you at this point. They've been interacting with you. They find you interesting maybe. And now they're like they will accept your connection. And so them accepting your connection is their way of saying, now you're welcome to talk to me. So I told you before, you can only message first-degree connections. And many people find it rude when you send personalized DMs. Like, let's say they are a third or second-degree connection, and on LinkedIn, you're able to send 5 personalized messages per month when you're on the 3 plan. And so most people find it rude when you DM them directly. And so try to avoid that. No, I'm not saying never do it. Sometimes you can, but it depends. Most of the time, you need to connect with them first and then send them a message that you try to compliment them, talk about them. And after they respond, after you feel like they're interacting with you well, then you can, after a while, maybe not necessarily in the very same day, but you can start mentioning your need or want, why you're there. You shouldn't show your cards from day one. You need to be strategic and smart about it. Finally, those are a few LinkedIn profiles. Those are LinkedIn experts you can follow. So Justin Welsh, obviously, Lara Acosta, Jasmine Ali, and Cyril Boussetil for the Frenchies. Those are a few profiles I do follow. Finally, like if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm here to respond to if you have any. That's a really good question. Typically, no. You don't have to be as interactive. it is nice to be. You don't have to, but if you're looking for internships over the summer, the strategic thing to do is don't start searching in June or July. You need to start searching a bit earlier. So you need to start, like, maybe you can lay dormant all year round and maybe start in April and May. So you start interacting in April and May and start looking for those opportunities so that when June arrives, you can find those kind of opportunities and internships way easier than other people would. I hope this answers your question. Okay. Okay, if I connect with professionals, how would you approach messaging them to get mentors? Good question. What I would do, especially if I don't know if they do mentor or not, first I need to find the person that I want to be mentored by, make sure that we're both aligned. So maybe I am a dental student and I'm looking for a dental professional that is also building their startup maybe. And so what I would do is research this person really well. And maybe it can be not only on LinkedIn, but in other platforms if they have such presence. Just try to collect intel. It's important to collect that knowledge. Use that to your advantage. So first, collect information about that person. Second, follow them on LinkedIn and ring the bell. Make sure that they are posting on LinkedIn, because if they're not posting, and you can know if a person is on LinkedIn or not based on the if they're posting or if they are commenting. So there are lots of people that never post, but they do comment. So you want to know if the person is on the platform, is interactive and everything. You just go check their comments, check maybe they've commented the past 2 weeks. It means, okay, they are on the platform. And so you can find them and they will reply to you. But let's say they have been 3 months since the last comment. So they commented the last comment over 3 months ago. So of course, it wouldn't make sense to try to pursue that mentor. And so like collect data about them, follow them on LinkedIn, check that they are active, and try to comment. So if they do post, try to comment on their posts. But if they don't, try your luck, just connect with them and see if they do reply to you or not. And if they do, compliment them. So maybe the reason that you want them specifically to mentor you, you have a specific reason, you should share, maybe you can share that. So I really love your work in X. I find it really inspiring or whatever. I'm really into that kind of work. And I just wanted to share that I really admire you, let's say. And their response would be most probably a thank you. Thank you for your kind message, or thank you for your feedback. And then from them, you can just start by asking a relevant question, but that's not too obvious. So maybe they got into health tech startups. So you can ask, how were you able to get into this? And maybe they might reply. And if they do, like, start to establish that relationship. And from then, you can, when you feel the moment is right, you can just go to it and tell them, I'm really looking for a mentor. Would you want to mentor me, etc. So that's the process on how you can get a mentor. And you should try a lot. It's not gonna be on the first go. You won't get a mentor from the first time. Sometimes you can, but you never know how it goes. You just need to be patient. Okay. Do we have other questions? Okay. So how do I make my LinkedIn feel more like me without losing professionalism? Okay, that's a good question. And how you do that? First, make sure your profile picture is professional. It will help you a lot. You can play with colors as much as you want. It doesn't matter. You can show your personality. If you like painting, if you like sports, whatever that is. Obviously, you don't need to push it every time you post. But professionalism, it can be seen in the way you write. Like, of course, don't make it too formal. Make it like normal, like you're talking, basically. You can, in the personal stories, you can share about your interests. You can share about your work. Right now on LinkedIn, we see a lot of people not being quote unquote professional. What that means is it's not really a bad thing. So they would post more selfies, for example. They would use more regular words. Those things are more acceptable nowadays. And so if you want to just be looked at as professional, point blank, you can, based on your language and how you choose to present yourself and how you choose to write. But like, it's very feasible to find your own style and still be professional. Maybe you won't get it from the get-go, and it's all right. The goal is to grow. So LinkedIn right now, maybe you're 16, 17, 18, whatever. It's all right that you don't appear that much professional since you're still a student. Give yourself that space to make mistakes. That's what I have to say about it. How can high school students noting? Oh, by the way, for those who left, we have a gift. So like after, if you wanna, you can like write me something on the feedback form. Abir, please, can you share with them the two links?
Yes, absolutely. I'll add them to the announcements channel on the WhatsApp community.
Okay, thank you. Amazing. So everyone, I also created a Notion templates, a 30-day LinkedIn challenge. It also has the sections that you need to optimize your profile. So please, whoever's who left, like, just wait a bit until I finish the questions, or at least like, we will give it to you. Okay, so for this question, how can high school students, noting our busy schedules, maximize their LinkedIn profiles to fit what they stand for? Mine is doing well, but I hope to extend my reach. Okay, so I know we are busy, but I'm really sure that every one of us, especially as high school students, well, I'm a university student, but what I'm trying to say, everyone has at least 15 to 20 minutes per day to allocate to LinkedIn, or maybe 2 hours per week, okay? So I know you are busy, but I'm pretty sure you're not making this a priority, and maybe it should be, because this can open literal doors in front of you, maybe opportunities to study abroad, maybe internships, maybe scholarships, etc. So first you need to allocate this time. Start small, start by posting once per week. And like, let's say you're in high school right now and something happened in your life, maybe you learned something new. Just open your phone, take your phone and take note of that. You can just brain dump as life goes on. So like, take notes of those ideas that you get throughout the day, and those ideas can be turned into LinkedIn posts. The goal for now is to show that you are consistent. The consistency part is the most important part, not the being perfect. So I know you're busy. Just first make the time for it. Second, try to write. Writing is a skill that can be learned. Also, try to expand yourself in your career. So, like those extra curriculums, share about them, write about them. It all does matter. And after a while, you will graduate and you'll get back to your LinkedIn and you will see, oh my God, I have everything shown in here. Like me doing those extracurriculums, me doing amazing at school, everything. And even the people, the grown-ups that might hire us, they will see that as well. You have everything there shown and you have proof for it. And that's like the good thing about LinkedIn. So just think about it as a portfolio, maybe that you, each time you visit and add something new to it. You don't have to pressure yourself to be perfect. Okay. I don't know if there's any more questions. I don't think so.
Right. If there's no more questions, we can wrap up the session. Thank you so much, Souad, for your time. Honestly, even as someone who uses LinkedIn herself, I learned so much, and I'm pretty sure everyone really appreciates the Notion template, the Notion challenge template. So thank you so much once again.
Here's the thank you, Abir, for having me. Thank you, YouthSTEM. Here's a QR code for everyone who wants to get access to it right now. But Abir will send it over later on, I think. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. 30 people is amazing. This is the biggest